I got all undressed. Now I can't figure out how to turn these around. Did I break them?
No, you didn't break them. They just turn around.
No, it doesn't.
Look at that. Oh, voila. There you go. Which side's your left side? Dollar in the sweet jar for me. Your other left, Ryan.
What are you talking about?
All right, at work, I'm going to start the dollar jar.
Yeah.
For any time someone says it's a dentist chair, any time I've got to tell them the other left, or any time they say, oh, that's just part of getting old.
That's just fine. And who gets the money when the jar's full?
I do. I'm going to be loaded from all these three things.
That. So you're not putting the dollar in the jar?
Nah, it's the customer. I said that to someone today. I was like, oh, that's in the dollar jar.
How'd that go down?
No, they laugh.
You're like, I'll just add that to your bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what did we say just before?
Let's start again.
Before my daughter called.
Rudely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I said that's like between two beers, but it's cheers with port.
Mm.
Thanks to the ophthalmologists.
Good tawny port.
Mm.
I think that one's nicer than yesterday's.
Well, it should be.
Why?
The ruby's like the entry level. Tawny's another step up. They've got a couple of. There's a white one and a rosé one thrown in the mix.
Yeah, we
so
should have probably had a rosé.
the rosé,
Sorry,
the rosé, you got to cool down.
Did I sit too far back?
Or maybe I just do that to you.
What way?
That'll be better. Oh, look at that.
Stop it.
And then these what? Lily O'Brien Ultimate Chocolate Collection.
Yeah.
Delicious. And I'm going to have the Hazelnut O'Brien because it's real good. What was that?
I just thought it was a bird, but it was the fan. That's the best part about Christmas is all the chocolates. It's my favourite gift.
Chocolate.
Chocolates and wine. No to anyone.
See, this is 2023 wrapped. We achieved basically nothing of what we talked about last year.
What did we talk about last year?
Well, last year we were just like, well, we'll see what happens. Like, there was a lot of
Hopefully we'll get to Taupo.
Oh, yeah.
Bom bom.
Bom, bom. And here we are in Tokoroa still, which is great.
It is great, actually. And we'll be here for probably another couple of years.
Couple, you reckon?
Yeah, I do reckon. I reckon it'll be a good couple.
Yeah, I reckon that's what the universe taught me this year. It's been probably trying to teach that to me for 35 years, but just slow down.
I reckon your mum's been trying to teach that to you your whole life.
Speaking of the dollar jar, if I got $1 every time my dad told me, you're like a bull at a gate.
We might not be in Tokoroa. If you had $1 every time your dad said that.
I know. There'd be many things. But that is the journey of life.
Yep. But maybe now we'll listen and slow down and enjoy it.
Yeah. What? I forgot. We did a little year in review and little goal set last night, and it was just like
Yeah, it was good actually.
double underline what the key thing is that I've got to tick off next year, and that's the pathway program, which potentially doesn't even start till July.
But also like what we learnt from last year, and not that we didn't accomplish anything this year.
No, that's right. Like, despite this, the saying is the best laid plans of mice and men. That was 2023 because it was still a great year.
It was an amazing year. We did lots of cool things.
Yeah. You've got your phone there, eh? Bring up Spotify. You went on. This was a big milestone for you. You went onto Spotify. And what was,
yeah!
And what was your Spotify wrapped, Nicole?
I don't know.
You should bring it up.
How do I do that?
Well, if you go into Spotify, it should still be there.
Where though?
Oh, maybe they've got, there it goes. Up the top, if you scroll across, it'll go wrapped. Yeah. You're wrapped. Is that you or is that me?
That's you. That's Lion Babe.
Oh, what? What? Oh, what was that one? This song was good. Hello, Ryan Stagg. Good song.
My top songs, if we're just all Luke Combs, Harry Styles, Lion Babe.
That was your gateway drug, eh, Nicole?
Yeah. You ruined me with Luke Combs
Tops.
this year.
Top song was Fast Car by Luke Combs also.
Mine was, Fast Car. And then Better Together.
Oh, this was from Annie.
I'm going to have another chocolate.
Can't believe they both came to New Zealand.
Have you had a lemon meringue pie yet?
No, I must have.
Was it good? I don't know if lemon goes with chocolate.
Tay Tay sneaked in for me. She was number 3.
Tay Tay.
Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, Taylor Swift, Nate Corby, 660. And then
How did 660 get in there?
no surprises, Joe Rogan was most listened to. Because of, again, driving.
Oh.
And then so just like Taylor Swift, I'd put on 660 artist and just let it play. Did you figure yours out?
Yeah, I found it.
Raps.
It was just all Luke Combs.
Top songs. No. Luke Combs.
He's pretty amazing. He's definitely sparked my country season.
Had you ever listened to country before?
No, never.
No.
Only like with
Wagon Wheel.
Mike, Uncle Mike.
And Wagon Wheel?
Yeah, Wagon Wheel. That's a classic though. I'm pretty sure just everyone listened to that.
Well, it's a great song, so of course. Right, here's a question for you. What little habits in life make you happy?
Tea.
Tea? Do you have a routine for tea? Or just each time you have a tea, you're just like, ah.
I love a cup of tea.
Yeah, what about a cup of tea, brings you joy?
I don't know. I think it's the warmth.
Just the warmth.
It's warm and cozy.
Especially in winter, for those that don't know, Nicole has Raynaud's. So that basically means your hands have no circulation.
None in winter, especially in Taupo. They were horrendous this year.
And in the Mitre 10 mega shed.
They were pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't know, little habits. Don't know.
Come on, you gotta think.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
That makes me happy too. Baking. I like to bake.
Except when you drop a tray of shortbread on the floor at midnight.
That makes me real sad. Oh, that was horrible. I was making all the shortbread orders for the cafe in Hastings.
For Christmas.
What, like 2 days before Christmas? Like the Thursday before Christmas. And I dropped...
No, Friday. Oh, no, Thursday, you're right.
I dropped the last tray of shortbread.
All over the floor.
Broke the lot. Had to... Just cried and went home. I was like, I'm done.
Did you actually cry?
Yeah, I was real mad.
Like a ball?
No, I was just like, oh fuck.
No, that's good.
And it was just, nope, no more. And then I packed up, I went home, and then I made them in the morning.
Anything else?
Habits. I don't know, I think so. Exercise. I'm gonna do.
How do you feel about the garden?
Not a lot. I wish I loved it more.
Yeah.
It was something I wish I could get into.
So it's still a chore.
Yeah, it is a bit of a chore. It's a bit of a hassle. I would really like to like it.
I wonder if that's because it gets away on us. Because, we've got basically every fourth weekend we get a decent opportunity.
Yeah.
And if it rains, then that opportunity's gone for another month, so then it gets away on us.
Because we really only have 2 weekends a month here. Not even that sometimes. So we don't actually get a lot of time in the garden. But I think it is just it's such a big job. It's such a big garden. There's so much shit in it. But it's beautiful. when, like in spring especially, when all the freesias and bluebells and all the pretty flowers are out, it's stunning. And it also doesn't need weeding then because it's full. But in summer it is a bit of a chore.
With that late spring where you just saw the grass coming through and you're just like, fuck, that looks hideous.
Yeah. I think once we sort it out and make it a little bit easier to manage, hopefully. I'm hopeful that it'll... Yeah. I would like a pretty garden like my mum and Nana and my auntie always had, like, lovely gardens. Well maintained.
Yeah, my parents we had a big garden.
Yeah,
big lawn, Jesus. Had the ride on. Good times.
Should we get a ride on?
We need our
I'll see what my discount is.
Lawnmower to work now. Jeepers. Clonked out. I tried to do that tonight and the computer says no. Probably just a spark plug, but...
Yeah. The lawn's a bit of a chore too, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's cool. Yeah.
It looks so good when it's done.
Yeah. I actually quite like a lawn. I like my morning routine is,
You're very routine based, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
That's how you function.
Yeah.
I
also go crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I just go crazy to sit around doing nothing for half a day.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Very much an active relaxer.
I think we kind of both are. I don't think I sit still very well either. I'd like to think I could, but don't think I'm very good at it.
Yeah. So I ran out of podcasts, being every other podcast, but like myself, went on holiday and stopped making content, so I dove back into some Tim Ferriss podcasts and some one Peter Attia podcast and some Lex Friedman podcasts. Anyway, Peter does this good thing with his mate Kevin Rose called The Random Show.
Yeah.
And now I started talking about Tim's process on, so I dug out Tools of Titans again because he had Kevin Kelly on there, and there's a chapter in here called 1,000 True Fans. It's more for like creators, like full-time creators and stuff, but lots of good tips in there. Anyway, at the back it has his rapid fire questions, which, as he often says, sometimes fall flat. But the first one goes, when you think of the word successful, who's the first person who comes to mind and why?
The first person that comes to my mind?
Yeah.
And why?
For the word successful.
Oh.
First person.
I was going to say Bruce.
Bruce, your uncle?
Yeah.
And why?
Because he built it from nothing.
What is Bruce?
He owns Web Ninja, which is like what is it? I don't know. Actually, it's some internet thing. They're an internet host, aren't they?
You're telling the story.
Pretty sure they're an internet host of some description, but he is not university trained, or even, I don't even know if he finished high school. Probably. But yeah, just worked his way up, and he sold his first business to Microsoft. And
what was that?
Exonet.
And that was Excel with what?
Oh, I don't know.
What's some accounting? MYOB.
MYOB.
Excel and MYOB. Great integration.
That's what Web Ninja is. Integration.
Oh, cool.
Hosting a web. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, but he also just seems really happy in life.
Yeah?
Yeah. Very humble.
Nice. I thought of you a granddad for a moment.
Sure.
Yeah, but that was like, I was thinking of you. Again, it's like pretty buzzy. Did you come from Scotland or come from Ireland?
Scotland.
Came from Scotland, but he was Irish.
Yep.
Yeah. Go figure. And then, tries to be a shepherd. No. Then, yeah. Opens a shop for and veg. Raises a whānau.
Yeah. 6 kids. Too many children. Too many kids.
Yeah.
And runs it pretty much his whole life till he's like 70.
Yeah, that's about nuts.
Yeah. And then, sold it.
So you're like, on that side, 3rd generation?
Yes.
I
am.
It's unreal. I think I'm like 5th.
Oh, wow.
Probably on both sides.
What do you mean? Yeah. What do you mean by that?
What's your question in more words?
What is third generation?
So he immigrated.
Okay, yeah, alright, yeah.
Then there's your mum, then there's you.
So then, on Nana's side though, they just are from here. So
from way back.
yeah. They've got a street in Clive named after them.
Oh, far out.
Hellier's Lane is named after my grandma.
Hellier's.
Yeah. So it's around behind the river.
Yeah.
So when you're coming around to Napier, it's your first right after that bend. It's Hellier's Lane, and that's where Nana grew up.
Far out. So they came up the river and were like, "This will do."
Yep, I'm here. Yep.
That is awesome.
Yeah, cool, big beautiful house there.
Do you know much about their immigration?
No. Nah.
Just that that's where they were.
Yeah.
What's something that you believe that other people think is insane?
I believe in my angels.
Angels?
Yeah.
Which are floaters.
Yeah. I believe people look after me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But specifically your floaters are your angels. No.
This is why Ryan thinks I'm insane.
No, I don't think it's insane. It's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates it.
For those out there, if you all of a sudden have floaters that weren't there before, go straight to your optometrist, please.
Or your psychic.
Or your psychologist.
No, your psychologist, your psychic.
Oh, your psychic.
Yeah, not your psychologist.
Yeah, some new angels are showing up. No.
Yeah.
You could have a retinal tear. Or you just...
or you don't.
Yeah,
someone's just
or the
looking after you,
vitreous, that's
okay.
the jelly in the back's come away from the eye. What's something you believe that other people think is insane?
Bacon and eggs for breakfast.
Yeah.
Meat only.
Ice baths.
Yeah, so many things.
So many things. Shakti mats.
Yeah. No veggies.
No, I don't believe in no veggies. Fasting. Ice bath. Breathing. Yeah, don't know. What is the book or books you've given most as a gift? I've not given many books, so I can't answer that question.
Kids books. I give so many kids books. I love them. Always give kids books.
There's a
we've given heaps of kids books.
Yeah, I've given out Guess How Much I Love You to a few people. Great book. And
the
Sleepy Kiwi, I've given that to a few people.
What's that one that you've got? It's I Love My Dad.
Oh yeah,
because we gave her 2 of those for Christmas.
One to that artist, that author.
Yeah,
they're good books.
I can't remember what.
I saw The Rider of Ārepa's Way today. Interestingly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, was that Kiffy?
Oh nice.
Heading to work.
What else we gave the
my
girls?
brother.
We gave the girls the Ruby Tui book.
Yeah, that was cool.
And Annie Harry Potter.
My brother recommended Poor Charlie's Almanac, which is a mess. Gets mentioned quite a lot in Tim Ferriss's podcasts about Charlie Munger and the Warren Buffett Way.
I've given Dan lots of cookbooks.
Cookbooks? Yeah, you guys
He's
are cookbookers.
Yeah. He gives me lots of cookbooks. It's appreciated.
Yeah.
I love a cookbook.
I've recommended this book to lots of people. Tools, Titans and Driving Mentors. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm buzzing.
You've got lots of self-help books. I've got the cookbook shelf and you've got a self-help book
and hunting
shelf.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one on Vietnam and
my fantasy my fantasy collection and my cookbooks.
Yeah. Yeah, you picked up
it shows that I'm
you picked up reading this year. Have you ever read?
No.
No.
Not at all, which is weird.
I know you didn't go to high school for very long, but or when you were enrolled you weren't there anyway. But did you have sustained silent reading at your school?
Not at high school.
Not at high school. Yeah, we had that at high school. It was quite, I don't know about good.
No, we may have. You should ask someone else that went more often.
It was after lunch, so potentially bad time. Or informed class.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favourite documentary or movie?
My favourite movie is Inception.
For real?
Yeah, I love that movie.
What about it?
I think just the layers.
It's intense.
Yeah.
And then when the top doesn't fall over at the end, it's
so good. It's a great movie.
I like quite a lot of Tarantino's. I do like Inception, and I do like that other like time travel one by the same.
I quite like Leo. Most of Leo's
although we tried to watch
movies are real good.
Wolf of Wall Street again the other day, and fuck, I've watched it a couple of times, and you get along watching it and think, oh, this is a fun movie. And no, this is a fucking intense movie.
It is pretty intense.
Yeah, it's full of debauchery.
Gatsby's good as well.
Gatsby.
What's his other one on the island?
It's called The Island, The Beach.
The Beach.
Or Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one.
That's good. We should watch it.
We're not rich enough for this question, but anywho, what purchase of $100 or less has most positively impacted your life in the last 6 months?
$100 or less positively impacted my life.
Yeah.
Why are we not rich enough for this?
Probably those books.
Yeah, probably. Or all the giving at Christmas. I love buying gifts.
Positively impacted your life.
That positively impacts me.
Plenty of tanks of gas, although they're not. They're not.
I don't think that's a positive.
They're not less than $100 either.
Your diary?
Oh yeah, I just got that. I haven't started using it yet, so there might be one for next year.
Yeah.
That's the Daily Stoic Journal, which when I was in Australia, in the CrossFit gym, they had the Daily Stoic, so when I'd do my warm-ups in the morning, I'd read a page.
See, you're cute.
Yeah, and so then I always wanted to get the Daily Stoic Journey, and when I had Hayden Pritchard on earlier in the year, we were talking about books. Apparently there's the Daily Dad now by Ryan Holiday too, which does a similar thing. But yeah, I was like, oh, I want to get that book. And yeah, finally 2024 I'm gonna use it.
Start on Monday.
Yeah, Monday. And it's good timing as well, because I nearly finished the journal I got when I was at Shaq Keys.
Oh wow,
It's lasted quite a long time, 3 years.
It's a big one though.
Yeah, it is big. It's lots of space in there.
Yeah.
I don't write it every day, but yeah, a few days a week mostly. Yeah. Here we go. What are your morning rituals? What does the first 60 minutes of your day look like?
Cup of tea.
Yeah. You were petting Ernie.
Yeah, usually it would be making lunches. I'd make Annie's lunch and your lunch and my lunch. Make myself breakfast. Get Annie's bag packed. Get a uniform out.
You're not consistent with your breakfast, eh?
No.
Why is that? What happens?
I get over it.
You get over it?
Yeah. Like I'll have muesli for a while.
Yeah.
Muesli, yogurt and fruit. And then I'll get over eating that. So I'll have toast, or I'll have egg on toast, or...
Yeah.
Sometimes smoothie.
That's something else you've started this year, is eating eggs.
Yes.
So the gateway for you with eggs was egg windows at Glenda Bay when we were camping.
Ryan made us all have egg windows. But he also put Marmite on the top, and I think that was the secret. Because I couldn't probably taste the egg properly. And now I just eat eggs because they're delicious.
So the egg window is you grab a slice of bread and you cut a circle out of the middle of the bread, and then you put that bread on this was the hot plate on a barbecue, and then you crack an egg in the hole. Some people call it egg in a hole as well. Yeah. And then you flip it, and then so you got a cooked egg. That was probably also what was important.
It was like a hard egg, pretty much. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably what got Annie into it as well, that way.
Yeah.
Which has been quite good.
Not that she's consistent with breakfast. Sometimes it's no breakfast.
Shocking with breakfast.
Which is fine. We told her that was fine.
Yeah. Well,
just don't say you want something and not eat it.
Yeah, it wasn't worth the argument at the end of the day, eh? We tried everything. We tried smoothies. We tried. Yeah.
But it's not worth the argument, because you're not going to die.
And there's plenty of food in her lunch. She wants something.
Which she also doesn't always eat.
Yeah, which is also fine.
So do you do your morning in about an hour?
Yeah, so I get up at 4:30. Yeah, I'm usually on an hour and 15.
A little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, because I leave by just before 6. To get to work by 7.
Yeah, whereas mine's like 2 and a bit hours. Mine's pretty slow.
Yeah.
That includes like an hour allotted to sort of move and breathe and yeah.
That's what I'm missing in my life.
I was running a bit there, with Circle of Savages and rucking and all sorts of stuff.
Which is cool that you've got time to do that. Hopefully I can make time next year.
What obsessions do you explore on the evenings or weekends? Owning a cafe.
Fuck, I don't do anything. So I need one.
Need one.
Yeah. Need a hobby.
Yeah.
You hunt.
Hunting and podcasting is what I do. Here you go, Nicole. What topic would you speak about if you were asked to give a TED talk on something outside of your main area of expertise?
Fuck. No idea. Probably like self-worth. I think I really discovered that when me and Gareth split up and I got divorced. I don't think I ever realised the importance of it, of realising your own self-worth and liking yourself.
I'll try, and this is the irony of the topic, try and explain men's emotional intelligence.
Go.
No, but the irony of it is I don't know how to explain it. And so that's like where I'd really have to prepare my thoughts on what it is and how it relates, because I still don't necessarily voice it, and I still don't necessarily know if I have enough words to describe it. I think I'd need some help from ChatGPT to prompt ChatGPT for a few more words and ways of saying things. And
some empathy.
Well, at least I know what it is now. I just used to have good and angry.
Good. How did you find empathy? How did you learn empathy?
Oh, from that wheel was a big help.
Yeah.
That emotional wheel. That's in the. That's interesting. That's in the Outlive book by Peter Attia. That was probably one of the less than $100 things. It was Immense Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good book.
Yeah. From that.
And then also like Idle Heart's Way, Kui's Feelings. How funny is that the kids' books?
But I think that's been amazing though for like maybe not like our generation and then like our parents' generation who never used to talk about those things, and it's coming through that way because your kids are learning about it and so therefore you learn about it. So I do think it is valid.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have the time to think about it.
Yeah. Because like even like talking to my mum now about even just like like your periods and stuff like that. Like they didn't know. And so then we didn't know as kids because they didn't know. So like they didn't know that all these things affect you and your hormones and tracking and what the pill can do to you and
both positive and negative. It's not a complete negative like some people would claim to say.
What? The pill?
Hormone regulation with the pill.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there just wasn't the talked about information, so therefore you couldn't make an informed choice or I don't know.
Nice. What is the best or most worthwhile investment you've made? Could be an investment of money, time, energy, or other resources. How did you decide to make the investment?
Don't know. Say it again.
Best or most worthwhile investment you've made. It can be money, time, energy, or other resource. How did you decide to make that investment?
You go. Let me think.
I think mine is probably higher education.
Yeah.
How did I decide that? Was it's pretty simple. I just thought that would be cool and enjoyable. I didn't realise that helping people was something that filled me up. But I liked the idea of problem solving. I've since later learned that I'm quite analytical. I like to explain stuff to people, and I like to take action really fast, which goes to the opposite of patience. And the job of optometry allows you to analyze stuff quickly, make a plan, and take action really quickly.
Yeah. And
so it like fills up my strengths all the time, so it plays to my strengths really well. Yeah. It's also paying off, but like my student loan's almost done. That's a good 10 years plus the 7 years of university plus the primary and secondary schooling to get there. It's a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, massive investment in time. The money that was spent on those 7 years, and then the money paid back over the last 10 years. It's been a lot.
Be exciting when it's done.
So what are major turning points in your life? What about cars? There you go.
Yeah, probably cars.
Yeah.
Probably cars would be the biggest.
So how did you guys approach your parents to get the seed money?
Actually, Dad just offered it.
So how did that come about though?
We were at obviously we were at Brave doing the food there, and we were having
So how did you start at Brave?
Gemma and Matt were opening up a brewery, and they didn't want to be bothered with food. So, and they knew that we wanted to do something. So we basically...
How did they know that though?
Oh, well, I've always been talking about it.
So you were always talking about it?
Yeah.
So in Melbourne you were working in a bakery?
Yeah.
Like, not just any bakery, like...
It was just a bakery.
It was just a bakery?
It was a bakery.
But didn't you guys just get absolutely hammered?
Yeah. It was a huge bakery. Not like... It wasn't actually huge. It had little...
Did they do pastries and stuff? Or?
Yeah. Did everything. Yeah. Like take-home meals. They did... Yeah. Just your simple pies, and then family quiches, and then all your baked treats, lemon tarts.
And so were you into catering before that? Like when you worked at Bay Espresso, were you into the idea of catering?
No, I just liked people, and I like food, and that's honestly.
So would you voice out loud, "Oh, I'd love to open a cafe one day"?
Yeah, I'd always wanted to. Yeah. So I left school to go to work and worked at Bay Espresso.
Yeah.
Mum told me when I was 16 I was allowed to leave school if I had a full-time job.
So when did you work at McDonald's?
Before I was 16. I was like 15.
Yeah.
And then I left McDonald's and went to Bay Espresso. And then I just worked there until I was about 21.
And was that baristering?
Yep. And then I managed the Onikawa one, and then I went to Amahu Road and I managed that one for a year or so. And then
how passionate were people about the coffee, especially in Onikawa?
Pretty.
Yeah,
because it was pretty much in Onikawa, it was pretty much just coffee. So it was it was a huge morning. You'd just be nuts on the coffee all morning, just with people passing by.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were pretty. Yeah, like it's the coffee scene. It definitely, I reckon, had just started booming. Like, how old? That's be like 20 years ago.
And how did the guys at Bay Espresso feel about coffee? Like they were roasting it themselves,
Yeah. That was just starting. Like Chris and Janelle, who brought it, he was a meteorologist.
Oh wow.
And she was a graphic designer.
Yeah.
So like they had and they hired Ben Simcox, who was back in the day like the New Zealand Barista of the Year,
Wow.
And he pretty much taught them how to roast and how to make coffee. And he worked for quite a while actually, quite a few years, just helping out like when he could and stuff. And then he opened up his own cafe in Napier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure they espresso brewed, roasted coffee, like a special blend for him.
Mm-hmm.
But he may have got someone else to do that, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure it was by espresso. But yeah, no, I'd always wanted to do it. And so, but like kind of the gateway into it was doing the food for Brave, which was not really like what I wanted to do, because it was, you know, the burgers and things. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm still serving people and I'm still making food, and that's fine. And then things kind of went south with the relationship there. And so we were like, oh, we need to get out. And it was kind of like, just do it. Mum and Dad gave us the money to set it up. We found somewhere, and then yeah.
Was it pretty daunting?
It was just exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't daunting, like, because you just, I don't know, just get on with it.
Did you guys open in the time frame?
Yeah. So we had 6 months. Was it 6 months? Maybe it was only 4 months. Like rent free.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what we gave ourselves to get sorted, basically. And we did it all up within that time frame, and got everything in and ordered, and did it all ourselves pretty much. Painted it. We got cabinetry in, and we even ground the concrete floor ourselves with a hand grinder. It fucking took us like a few days.
Yeah.
On our hands and knees grinding this floor.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then we opened in 6 months' time. COVID hit and fucked us.
But you're still alive.
We're still alive, and then we had a recession, so real cool.
Yeah.
So we might not be alive for much longer, but
it's been funny looking back
we'll
on the year, like when we were starting to like be like, oh, far out, we're gonna survive, and it's just like been survive, and then you get bumps up, and you're like, oh, see, it's not what we're doing. It's just the atmosphere.
It's just the everything. Like, yeah, you even see it like at Mega, like it's just struggling with sales and stuff, and yeah, but
yeah, it's amazing.
It is just life.
Do you have a quote you live your life by or think of often? This is kind of where my final question sprung out of this question. Yeah.
I don't think so.
But I
think I just live.
Just live. I'm not down with quotes.
Not really.
What is the worst advice
What is yours?
That improving people's life, helping them to see the world to the best of their ability. What is the worst advice you see or hear being dispensed in your world?
The worst advice? Don't know.
A hot long black. A large long black.
A large long black. Yeah. I'll put a sugar in that. I'll have 3 sugars and a caramel shot. 3 sugars and a caramel shot, and
hot flat white.
Trim milk, please.
That's a Jack Black skit. Yeah. I'll have half Coke, half Dark Coke. I'm trying to watch my figure. Yeah. Glasses make your eyes weak. Not true.
Not true.
Not true. If you could have...
Hospitality's easy.
Hospitality, people say that.
Yeah.
You know.
Owning a cafe is easy. Fuck off.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm rolling around in a Lamborghini.
No, I thought you wanted a Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
What would it say? Mind your own business.
Mind your own business. Don't be a cunt. Comes to mind for me.
Yep. Don't be a cunt. Mind your own business. That's a great one. Can join them.
What advice would you give your 20, 25 or 30-year-old self, and please place where you were at the time and what you were doing?
My 25-year-old self, not 21.
You can do 20, 25 or 30.
Let's go 20.
20? What were you?
Don't marry him.
Place where were you at the time and what were you doing?
I was having a great time, but I was in Hastings. Yeah. Slow down.
Slow down.
Mantra. Slow down.
Yeah.
You're young.
I'd probably go similar advice at 25. Slow down. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mine just happened 5 years earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was because I needed to do 4 more years of uni.
At 20.
Yeah. So at 21, I was finished my Bachelor of Science, and then I did those 4 years of optometry school after that. So I finished optometry at my 25th birthday when I was in my final year of optometry school. For my 25th birthday, we had a quarter-life crisis meeting, which was Lazy Susan at Canton Restaurant in Kingsland and a couple of bottles of wine each.
At 25, I got married, and then next year I was pregnant.
Oh wow! Yeah, yeah. And then I woke up in the morning and checked the McDonald's bag, and I had a pounder in there, and that was quite a little bonus.
We were like, "Fuck, yep."
I was stoked.
Did you nuke it?
Yeah, I did. I put it in the microwave. Yeah.
So gross.
It was amazing though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yuck.
4 slices of cheese, 4 quarter-pounder patties.
4?
Yeah, a pounder.
I didn't know they existed.
Well, they don't, but my friend John was like, "This is ask for a pounder." So I was like, "Yeah." It was one of those ones I don't know how I got home, and I've got like that memory of being in the McDonald's in Newmarket and
getting a pounder
and not much else.
Wow.
Yeah, very good. We also used to live like 2 blocks from McDonald's. We went there far too much. Cool. How has a failure or apparent failure set you up for later success? Or do you have a favourite failure of yours?
Favourite failure? I've always thought that I learn best from my mistakes.
Yeah, most people do.
I've always known that though. Like I'm like, oh, okay.
You need to break it first.
Yeah, I need to break it first.
I often need to break it first. Because I'm rip, shit and bust or bull at a gate.
Yeah.
As we talked about earlier.
Maybe we're similar in that sense. But yeah. I'm always like, oh shit.
So what is a favourite failure?
A favourite failure?
Or apparent failure? Set you up for later success.
Probably. I don't know. I think you learn from everything. I don't know if I'd call. Would you call any of it a failure?
Apparent failure is the caveat there.
What's yours?
Mine would be not getting in to optometry. Because again, back to the theme of need to slow down a little bit. Those 3 years in Dunedin allowed me to work, taught me how to study and research, allowed me to study some broader topics. I did the neuroscience, neurophysiology and zoology papers, which all helped me get a real holistic understanding of the nervous system. I played in a number of rugby teams, and I did the pre-academy with the Polytech, and they sort of talked about coaching and training, so that gave me the skills to be able to train and program for myself. And then I was able to keep instilling those skills as I went back to university. It gave me and I worked as well at the cook, so that gave me an outlet and something else to focus on. Yeah. And then when I went to Auckland, I was able to go to the gym, train myself, play rugby, and study. So that was really good. And it's meant I have this way more broader way of looking at things, not real, just one-dimensional. Which in that Charlie Munger book he talks about as like a key skill, and I'm like, oh yeah, I look at things that way. Yeah, which is, you know, a bit of confirmation bias. It's always fun. I seen Nigel Beecher podcast with Kelly Starrett. The guy was talking about the standing on the yoga block. Yeah, and doing the couch stretch. Yeah, and I said it to Nigel, and I said, here's a bit of confirmation bias for you, mate. Yeah, you need that every now and again. Yeah, you're not the only idiot yelling into the void. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Don't know. Probably the initial steps with Brave is interesting.
Yeah, that was probably
because it got you guys started and on the road. And then you needed to do your own things, both of you.
Yeah. I don't know if you'd call that a failure though. I feel
well, it can be like an apparent, as it says, apparent failure. Set you up for later success. So you no longer have a venue or a vehicle to do it, so you have to do it yourself. Yeah. What is something really weird or unsettling that happens to you on a regular basis?
Weird or unsettling?
Mine's deja vu. I had it last night.
Yeah,
that was the first time I'd had it in a long time, but I get really intense deja vu.
That's weird.
And like this, it's not just like a moment. It's like the whole scenario.
Yeah.
And as I'm like playing out the scenario, I'm like, I've done this. This is really creepy.
I don't know. You should have given me some warning about these things.
Yeah, I should have.
So I could come up with some answers. Probably my irrational fear for birds,
and they come back
at me.
And then you have a tattoo.
Especially in work. There's like fantails in the department or something.
There's fantails?
Sometimes.
That's bad.
It's terrifying.
No, but that's just like a bad omen. Fantails inside.
Or
apparently it's coming to tell you that someone's died.
But they might just be my angels in bird form.
Even though you hate them.
Yeah.
They're your devils.
Yeah.
What have you changed your mind about in the last few years, and why? Eggs. Reading.
Yes, eggs and reading and loving myself. I don't know. Probably.
What does that look like?
What does that look like?
In terms of...
I haven't yet embraced my wrinkles, have I?
No.
On my white hair.
Your expressions.
Yeah. Got rid of those. I think it's just appreciating you for who you are, and not picking the little things, because that was I think it's a big part of being a girl.
Harsh and a critic.
Yeah, and I think it's a big journey to figure out that you like yourself, and yeah.
How much help have you had with it? Or where have you found reinforcement?
Mainly from just books and stuff, and podcasts, and doing things for yourself. I really, when did I probably started like 2020. Probably when actually I went to counselling with Gareth, which obviously didn't work for him, but it all worked for us actually, but it worked for me, and I think it made me realise what was going on wasn't okay, and made you look at trying to do things to make yourself happy rather than because I think that's important as well. But I think that's been has made me a better partner as well.
You're a great partner.
You're welcome.
Yes. Changed my mind about keto. I think I've said that before. I think it's a useful tool, but the key thing around that was again, these topics from the Charlie Munger book, inversion. So ketogenic diet is successful for 64% of people in the studies, or somewhere around there. What about the other 35 to 40% of people? And I sort of got that exposed to me when I was doing the diabetic screening in Taupo, where there was someone practicing ketogenic diet, and people that had done that with them hadn't got the results. There's plenty of people that came in that had got the results, but then I was like thinking about it, I was like, why aren't they getting the results? And I thought about those studies, and I was like, there's in all those studies there's a portion of the people that are entered or enrolled in it that it doesn't work for, and so therefore you've got to find other avenues. So that was something for me. And then the other thing is that the sort of universe, if you will, doesn't owe you anything, and so you've got to be ready for those opportunities.
100%.
Yeah. So that's where that slowing down topic comes in,
and that's the whole.
Am I actually ready to be able to execute on this just yet?
And taking responsibility for yourself.
Yeah.
The world doesn't owe you a living. It doesn't owe you anything, and if you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Can't expect it to just come to you.
Yeah, despite many people saying that you're doing a good job or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean that something's going to be given to you.
No.
No.
Or that you even deserve it.
Yeah. And there's two sides of every transaction, of course.
Yeah. It's I think it's quite a hard pill to swallow though as well.
Yeah, well, it is. Because we'd love for a world of, what was it? Rainbows and...
I do hate, it drives me nuts though, those people that do fucking think the world owes them a living, or the government owes them a fucking living.
Don't hold back. Yeah.
I can annoy people with that argument.
No, that's right. Yeah, I'm supposed to be going to this Alt Bays, and they have really good, they're a really good podcast because they have really cool perspectives on, and the beautiful thing about a podcast is you get to hear a perspective in full.
Yeah,
and they do a really good job of clipping out important points as well. So they're a really great production. I'm excited to go and talk with them next week and see what we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've been really valuable for me because you can get one perspective, and especially when it comes to last year being an election year, you get the soundbite perspectives. But you got to remember, again, there's two sides of every transaction. You got to remember the other people on the other side of that argument.
How intense was this election, though?
And then
the chat beforehand was amazing.
And
I don't ever remember it being.
How good was it when there was no government? That was that was fantastic.
But just the anticlimax of everyone being like such a huge discussion before this election and stuff, and then there was
nothing for 6 weeks was brilliant.
And then a fucking shit show of 3 toddlers sharing a cookie. It's just so funny. And
then an intense 3 or 4 weeks. Started off with a bang, a bit of a protest on the day one.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. And it's great to watch both sides of the aisles media as well, because you just see polar opposites of the narrative. It's just brilliant. And you go, okay, that's cool. That's interesting.
It'll be an interesting few years. That's
for sure.
That's
for sure. Well,
or it won't be at all because
nothing will get done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the other.
It's the other argument, isn't it?
The other argument, you're talking about recessions. Well, it could be for stagnation. Excuse the pun, stagnation. No, of the bad kind, the monetary policy kind. What do you believe is true, even though you can't prove it? Now what?
I just. What do you mean? My angels?
Your angel. Okay, so what's your philosophy around your angels?
I don't.
Who are they?
I don't believe in God or any of that, though.
Yeah.
They're my ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my variation of this, and my friend Jagrat told me this is very much like Hinduism, is that there it like ties in with physics, and that there's a constant of energy, and that energy is always flowing around the world, and so our actions influence the energy in the world, but also the actions of people in the past influence the energy in the world. And that the reason why I'm sort of fascinated about that like generational scale within one place is that I think you kind of like build up energy and vibration in a place, and so the more you can feed off one another in a family and a network, the bigger and better things happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I just find a lot of comfort in it, I think. I find it comforting to think that they're always around me and they're with me.
So do you get like taps on the shoulder every now and again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had a creepy release.
I've been to a few mediums and stuff, which is quite nice.
That's what they do, though.
Quite comforting.
They do talk to your ancestors, so self-fulfilling a little bit. Now I had a on that.
I'd love you to go and just be bummed out. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to just sit there and be like, yep.
Yeah.
While you're sitting there crying.
Maybe Michelle can read me.
Oh no, she doesn't talk to your ancestors.
She
reads your future.
Oh, your futures.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, when I did that Wim Hof session in Australia with Mark Clure and Dean Glanston, I had like a real big like boom, like release of like seeing the shipwreck and like being like, you don't, we made it type thing. You don't have to worry about that anymore. It was like a trauma release, looking at that retrospectively. But yeah, it was kind of like I felt a real release of like a shackle or something like that, like something was holding me back.
I don't know. I just found it comforting, especially after I lost my baby, and like I don't know. You just know that he's looked after, and that he wouldn't have been good earthside, and so that was real comforting, and that was like a real good like release for me. That okay, I can move on. It's okay. Did the right thing.
Because you were expecting for a while and then found out it was unhealthy pregnancy, eh?
Yeah.
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 That's real shit house.
After the safe zone. After the 12-week scan and found out. So it was real shit.
Yeah, that's not nice at all. Yeah. Whew. Well, that was quite fun. Cheers, Tim Ferriss.
Is that it?
Oh, the last one's like, what's an ask of the audience?
What's the what?
Do you have an ask of the audience?
An ask.
Leave a 5-star review. No. Subscribe. Yeah. Sign up to the newsletter.
What are you going to do in the podcast next year?
Intermittent newsletter. Well, the like, if you've been listening, you would have noticed that there's been down periods every now and again. And the truth behind that is that I've been trying to organise some quite big guests. One person in particular I've wanted to have on the whole time. And I sort of leveraged an opportunity there. And then the first time it was absolutely pissing with rain, and then the only other time that they were available I wasn't, and so it sort of turned into, well, let's do it next year. So when you line up a guest, you kind of focus your energy on that guest. You start sort of preparing stories and listening to stuff around them, and if they've got social media, digesting their social media a little bit, and trying to like familiarize and get yourself to know the person without knowing the person, so that when you sit down in the room you feel familiar to them, and so that's my sort of method of breaking the ice, and it tends to work quite well. So, but then it means when it falls through that you don't have a guest for the week, and so you end up scrambling. I do also
I think you've got better at not worrying about that.
Well, that's been what's had to happen this year.
Because you used to get quite stressed about it.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a podcast or something, and now I don't see that at all.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Yeah. So that's there's sort of 2 or 3 people that I've been trying to work in to get on, and like you've said a few times, when I sort of meet one person or have one person on, it opens up a whole bunch of people to come on, and so that's why the podcast sort of follows sort of themes or topics every now and again, and so
it just kind of naturally evolves, off that, which is pretty cool.
And that's where the sort of tag of the podcast is Life Less Ordinary. Yeah. Thought about changing the name.
What to?
Yeah, that's the thing.
The Naked Optom.
The Naked Optometrist.
You'd have to be naked more though.
Holistic Optometrist.
No.
Neuro-optometrist. Therapeutic optometrist. But then I think that still niches.
I don't even know why you're wearing a shirt right now.
It's quite hot, eh?
It's so hot.
I've got the fan on. So yeah, that's crossed my mind.
Why would you do that?
Dabbled with the idea of changing it to just Life Less Ordinary.
That's probably not a bad idea either.
Yeah. I sort of looked it up. There is some shows out there called Life Less Ordinary.
What would be the reasoning behind changing the name? Trying to get a new audience, or
no, just
broaden it, or
just taking down that barrier. Like even guests come in here thinking I'm going to talk to them about hunting.
Yeah,
yeah,
I can see that.
So that'd be a reason, but there wasn't like resounding feedback on that. So yeah, I guess it's fine. But then that just might be the opposite thing of that.
Sometimes it just depends when you posted it, eh?
Yeah.
Like whether you get feedback or not.
It's always super helpful when a guest shares it. Like,
yeah.
Hayden and I were talking about that last week, that there's not a lot of rhyme or reason of what does well.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. It's even like that though with the cafe, when you like post about that. Sometimes the post can go nuts, and then other times you'll hardly get any response, and you're just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But then I say that, and one of the last year's most popular and one of the most popular podcasts is Cam Speedy, and Cam doesn't have any social media, and it's not like the Seeker Foundation shared it.
Yeah.
But like he's
so well known.
Back to like why I don't necessarily want to go away from the Stag Roars, that that audience is one of the most supportive audiences.
Yeah.
And when I look at the most listened to podcasts, there actually have been people with an outdoors element to them. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love going to the I've done it twice now. I love going to the Seeker show and having a chat.
It's pretty cool.
That was a lot more streamlined
and
this year.
Your logo is pretty cool now.
It is pretty cool. Thanks, Dan.
It was real done before that though.
Yeah. It's really cool, Dan. I had to correct him on the antler formation.
Yeah, much to his disgust.
He did it. That's a cool formation that he did choose.
But he fixed it, didn't he?
Yeah. He had the right body, but a white tail head, as is the case with most deer silhouettes out there. They're usually white tails. But yeah, I was like, no, he needs to be a red stag.
Oh, that's one of Ryan's toxic traits.
Yeah, Christmas decorations.
Is not letting me buy reindeers because they've got the wrong antlers.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't have those reindeer lights because they've got the wrong antlers. No one knows.
I do.
Ryan knows.
Yeah. Fuck. That's why I love the Pan Whale box, because it's so anal on like names and formations.
Yeah. It's always a great time.
Yeah.
Really wanted the reindeer lights at work. I wasn't allowed them because they had the wrong antlers.
I just don't get it.
They were great. It's great.
Like it's not hard to
statue.
Google reindeer and see they've got like this big bit that comes out the front, and then they got the bit that goes out the back, and that kind of hooks around. Yeah. Yeah,
but when you're trying to make that out of lights,
I reckon that'd be easy because it's like in the vertical plane, whereas like whitetails kind of like come up and swoop around to the front, and then there's tines off there.
I was like, look, it's a reindeer. I'll definitely be allowed to get these. No. Boom, boom.
Yeah. Surprised it's not more Seeker, which is quite funny about the Southland Stags. Their logo is a Seeker stag, and that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's quite funny. It cracks me up all the time. I realised that during COVID. I was wearing my...
Hey, also, while we're on toxic traits,
Yeah.
we need to share the love language toxic traits because that was a great revelation.
Yeah. So, TikTok the other day, what's his name? Kieran Ireland brought up the ideas of the love languages in his episode. That's way back. It's like in the 90s. But Kieran used to own Ultimate OE with Matt Gibson, who's the most popular episode we've done. And his like way you live your life, he's like, lads especially, go check out the love languages. And there's 5 love languages. And mine would be quality time and personal touch as my key ones. Then probably words of affirmation, acts of service, quite close together. And then by a very far distance,
very far,
gifts.
Like miles down the road, like a good few kilometres.
And I think that's because...
And it's quite funny giving them gifts because he doesn't know what to do with them.
Because what I want are just like... if someone wants to buy them, like, fuck, it'd be incredible.
I still don't think you'd know what to do.
If someone bought, like, one of the things on my wish list.
If someone brought you a
because I'd also be like, I know, some scope.
You'd be like, thanks.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
What do I need to do for this?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I'd have like ripperos. I can't think of that word.
But anyway.
Yeah. So then your toxic trait is often the opposite of your highest love language.
In the same order.
Yeah.
So like your most toxic trait is the opposite of.
Yeah. So like quality time is withdrawal.
Yeah.
Words of
physical touch is what was that?
Avoidance.
Avoidance. Yeah.
And words of affirmation, silence. So like those 3 are pretty high. And that's exactly
it was terrifying. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Acts of service is doing it all yourself.
Yeah.
And
which is so me. I don't think I ever realised how much
And I think the funniest thing about when you think about toxic traits is how you have contempt for your, even though it's your own behaviour.
Yeah.
Like that's what's so true about the mate. Like you have contempt for the other person even though you are acting in a toxic way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me.
But it's so that you. It's so. The reason why it like makes so much sense is because what you're doing is you're hoping that you get the person to overabundantly express
that love language.
That love language.
Okay.
So like I'm gonna do it all myself.
You're not.
They go over and above and go, sit down, stop doing that. I'll do that. I'll do all this stuff. Yeah. Like for example, you're retracting away and isolating. They'll like come in and like smother you. You're avoidant, and so they'll like sit you down and talk to you.
Hey, I wonder if that would work.
What would work?
If when I'm doing that, you come in and just smother me.
That's what I do.
If it would make me not angry. Does it work?
Sometimes it like cuts you down a little bit.
Sometimes it backfires.
No, it hasn't backfired.
No. Oh.
That's funny. It's fun. It's funny.
Yeah, that was a big. That was.
So do I still have that saved?
You should share it. I feel like it was really valuable.
Christmas photos. Oh yeah, I do have it. Yeah, so isolating is the opposite of quality time. Avoidance is the opposite of physical touch. Going silent is the opposite of words of affirmation. Not asking for help is the opposite of acts of service. And impulsive shopping is gift giving.
We both figured we didn't do that. That was the only one.
Yeah. But
neither of us didn't do.
Yeah. Your gift giving is not as far down as mine.
No.
Mine's very far away.
I quite like gift giving.
Yeah.
I've learnt not to do it to you though.
What do you mean?
I just learned not to give you gifts. or expect them in return.
Spontaneous gifts.
Yeah.
But is it meaningful when I do it?
Yes.
Does it catch
you?
Do you
know what the most meaningful gift you've ever given me?
What?
Was those 4 bowls on that my birthday. The first birthday we spent together.
What about the milk bottle?
Yeah, that was great.
That was great too.
But I feel like you put more effort into the bowl.
How so?
I think it's because we had only just got together.
But like, what?
So it wasn't. I didn't expect anything from you. So it was like, oh, that's amazing.
Sorry, say that again.
Because we'd only just got together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't expect anything from you, and it was like, wow, that's amazing.
And how does that differ from the milk bottle?
Because I told you I wanted it.
Man, we could have got some airplanes this year.
Yeah, we could have.
Could have got.
But instead, we brought a wedding dress. And
we could have got an Eskimo with a bite out of it.
If we didn't get married.
Yeah.
Do you want to trade in the suit and get an Eskimo with a bite out of it?
No, that's a very nice suit.
I would like an Eskimo with a bite out of it.
How did it go that you get a tuxedo?
How? You tell that story.
I don't even know though.
I've got no idea how you ended up buying a tuxedo. That's what you wanted to wear.
I can't remember the conversation of like, what are you going to get married in?
And you were like, a tux.
Yeah, maybe I just...
You wanted a tux.
Maybe it was just that.
And then I had a completely different picture in my head of like setting the whole scene. And then the tux threw it out and I had to buy a new dress.
But then like okay, so
now it's an actual wedding.
On your on your first dress, what did you see me wearing?
I literally thought it would be like a casual, like linen shirt, pants rolled up, brown shoes type. I thought it would be a real casual.
Oh, that's hideous.
Thing.
I don't like that vibe.
No, obviously, which is fine.
No,
it's just not what I. Yeah, I wouldn't have even been surprised if it was shorts. Like that's where my vibe was going. My thought process. We hadn't shared this, so there was no right or wrong.
Yeah, because you bought that dress, and I was like, "How sweet!" And then we went to Christchurch, and you were like getting kind of impatient with me that I hadn't like finalized what I was going to wear, though, weren't you?
Yeah, because I didn't know like what we were doing.
Yeah.
So I didn't know like how to dress. Because then we needed...
that was probably more like you had the bridesmaids being like, what are we going to wear?
Oh, yeah, because we were not going to have groomsmen and bridesmaids. And then we did. And I needed to have bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And...
But then I feel like you were like, Ryan, you should have your brothers with you.
Did.
Yeah.
So then it was like, okay, well, I need to have some bridesmaids in as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't the most well organised.
So it will be slightly fancy.
Yeah. It'll be very fancy. You're wearing a full tux.
But also not.
Like this.
It's very casual, but going to be looking good.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's very casual. But you're in a full tux. And I'm in a
Why does that worry you?
I think it might be very hot.
Potentially.
Yeah.
It is merino though, so you know.
It'll breathe.
No,
it'll be lovely.
I wore that cotton shirt and that grey suit in summer.
Hopefully it's not raining or flooding.
Both my brother's weddings were around the same date. And that was wearing suits.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
It's gonna be great.
It's not far away.
No, especially once we get through New Year's.
And then you actually have to start doing things.
What?
You need to make a playlist.
Yeah, some country and drum and bass.
Yeah.
Look what you made me do.
And I just need to start baking.
Yeah. What are we baking?
Cake.
Cakes.
Yeah, I need to make a chocolate petra cake.
Yum.
and some other things. I did find a really nice recipe in that book that I think I'll make, which is like a Black Forest cheesecake.
Your new book.
Yeah, whānau kai.
Whānau kai cheese Dan.
Yeah, real good. So yeah, I need to make some stuff. And we've got a cake coming from Finch. Did I tell you that?
From who?
Finch.
What's Finch?
Ash.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
How'd you jack that up?
I asked you.
Oh, nice.
I am.
Gluten free as well. Yeah.
It is gluten free, and it's chocolate mud with black currants.
Yeah.
And white chocolate ganache. It looked bloody amazing, and I was like, I want one of those.
Yeah. On the topic of black currants, how good was the Ārepa Mindful Morning?
Oh yeah, that was a good highlight of our year, eh?
Yeah.
That was an amazing weekend. Like the whole weekend.
That was so good,
nice.
I just like came into the bedroom and you're like, we should do this. And I was like, shit.
Okay.
And I was like, check the calendar, and that was a weekend we didn't have the girls. So I came back down to the room and like, okay, do it. And then bang, 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 got tickets. And
booked
then
motel.
Well, we didn't do it right then, but yeah.
I think we did, didn't we?
Or maybe. And then like 10 minutes later, the whole thing was sold out. I was like, well, that was lucky.
Yeah.
And then they put on another one, and that sold out too. So it was with Cooper Chapman, did Gratitude. That was a cool little exercise he did.
Yeah, and Nigel Beach.
Nigel Beach did breathwork.
And I can't even remember the girl who did yoga.
Yeah.
It was Lululemon.
Yeah.
Was sponsored by.
Yeah, that was great. Goodie bag.
Great food.
Great food. Great location.
Great people.
Yeah, good.
It was very well done.
Cool people. Yeah.
I think it was just nice to get away with ourselves as well.
Yeah, we went up, finished work, drove from Taupo to Auckland. Did we have to drop anyone off?
No.
No. That's always handy.
Oh, no, I did. Remember, I dropped Annie off at the Hamilton airport and had to drive back here.
Oh, yeah.
To drive to Auckland. So that was slightly annoying, but also fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, you went to Hamilton airport and back to Tokoroa.
Yeah.
I drove from Taupo up.
But that sounds ridiculous, but that's just our life.
Yeah, that's like nothing wrong with a 1 hour drive here and there.
That's a normal Friday.
Yeah, we go to Rotorua airport as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I went to the Rotorua airport and then I drove all the way to the Hamilton airport in the same day.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was a great time.
Yeah, gave a nice person a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Met strangers.
Yeah. So then we stayed in Grey Lynn and we went out for dinner. Then we went to the Grey Lynn Rizza, RSA, watched the Warriors with Brewster and his friend. And then went out for breakfast.
Yeah,
in
Ponsonby.
In Ponsonby. And that's right. There was the two dudes from America's Cup were there. And Dean Lonergan, he was there as well.
And lots of fancy cars.
Oh yeah, saw 2 McLarens traveling up and down.
Went to Superette.
Went to the Barker's clearance sale. Got that awesome merino jumper for like less than that. Ran into a mate from Otago University days.
It was a great weekend.
Just Faulkner.
And
then we went and watched. Oh, we went to Moustache.
Yes.
And then we went and watched Varsity play Grammar Carlton and win. What a great day. And somebody asked me the harrowing question of, when did you play here? And I was like, 10 years ago.
Because now I'm old.
It's been 10 years since I played rugby for Varsity.
Yeah, we should do that again next weekend.
What's that?
Go away.
We are going to go away.
We just don't know where yet.
Probably camping Rotorua and then Tauranga.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome for a night.
Yeah.
Take some red wine. Put on some music on the exceptionally loud speakers.
Oh, Matt's.
At Matt's parents, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Meet his new lady. So why don't you come to the wedding, bitch? Did you watch Summer Heights High?
Of what?
Summer Heights High. Chris Lilly.
No.
Jonah Tukaloa.
No.
Shin May.
I have to watch it.
Yeah, Mr. G. Where have you been, bitch? Thank God you're here. Where have you been, bitch?
But have any of your friends actually RSVP'd?
Yep. Pat did.
Gemma RSVP'd this morning.
Yeah. Matt did. Jacob has verbally in person.
I told them at dinner last week because Jim was like, "Oh, I haven't actually RSVP'd." I was like, "Yeah, you're not coming." I was like, "Oh, I crossed you off the list."
Yeah.
She's like, "Don't I have till the 1st?" I was like, "You're right, you do. You let me know before the 1st." She let me know this morning.
That's so funny. Yeah. All my family have.
Yeah.
Yeah, except my grandma. She won't be coming. She told me the other day.
Is that because we didn't get engaged?
No. It's because she can't remember what she did this morning.
Yeah.
Tells her the same story in the space of 20 minutes.
Oh.
Well, she's 92. 91, yeah. So
it's kind of okay.
Good excuse. She does still live by herself.
She does very well.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
She's good for a 20-minute yarn. Yeah. then you have the yarn again.
Yeah.
No, it's good times. And it's people with dementia have lots of tricks. They're very avoidant in their conversation. Yeah.
Is that just because they don't know what's going on?
They if they've got early cognitive decline, they know that they don't know, but when they got dementia, they don't know that they don't know.
Was it you that told me that hearing?
Yes, so hearing and cataracts help. If you get both those fixed, they help delay the onset of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I need to get my ears checked in.
Do you have Alzheimer's or dementia in your family?
No.
Well, we only have my grandma to go by.
But also, it's not like my grandma and granddad.
To live as long.
Nah.
Yeah, that's why I need to ask Mum about her grandma. My mum's grandma lived reasonably long, but I think that might have been my granddad's mum.
But definitely, like...
No, it wasn't. It was my grandma's mum.
Passed, they definitely had all their marbles.
Yeah, so I need to ask Mum about her Grandma Hobbs. So, did she have a memory of marbles? How old was she? I think she was in her 80s. So my grandma didn't start having this till late 80s.
In his 80s. But, yeah. And then I had an aneurysm.
So you're going to die before me?
Probably.
Fuck.
That's a great idea. I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it?
Yeah.
Just as well got hobbies.
Pardon?
So just as well got hobbies.
Exactly. Yeah, you'll be fine.
What do you think you'll be into when you're oldie? In your 60s? When you're your mum's age?
Oh.
You will have been glad you had that health insurance and got that hip replaced.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to be fascinated whether my hip surgery was worth it.
Yeah.
Speaking of hip replacements.
We need to not ever get rid of our health insurance. That's what my mother has taught me.
Oh, I get taught that all the time by my patients.
It's amazing. Like, I can't believe what she's having to go through. So dumb.
So slow.
Yeah. But no, so, yeah, definitely won't get rid of that. We need to actually get it for the girls. Meaning, at least. Because, yeah, if anything happens, you want them to be able to get shit done.
Get shit done. I can see why you thought that fan was a bird.
Yeah, the light, hey?
I guess this little reflection on it, and you're like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, so I'm not delusional.
Thought it was Ernie for a moment. Come back for the deed.
Looking forward to getting a new cat next year. That's going to be our highlight of next year.
How good was Ernie?
He was amazing. He was a great cat.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got him.
So do you remember why he was being given away? Because of his cancer on his head?
He was, no, because the woman who owned him took him to the vet to be put down.
Because of the cancer on his head or what?
No, just because. He was old and she didn't want him anymore.
Huh.
And they were like, no, he's fine.
Was fine.
He was fine for like, what, 9 months?
He got fat here and then
he got skinny.
Then everything stopped.
Yeah. But he had a great life.
That's like the longevity dream. Like, live long and have a short demise.
Actually, I hope when I'm old, I want to start doing drugs. Like smoke weed and...
LSD.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah. Cocaine.
That's what everybody in this bloody book does.
Yeah, I want to do all those.
Like the amount of people out here, they're like, yeah, went
smoke weed, do the gardens.
Did ayahuasca.
I might have a mean veggie garden when I'm old.
Did some ketamine therapy, some MDMA therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought, we probably should have had more children so we can have more bigger Christmases and stuff.
Well, we met when we were.
We're just gonna have to bring
too late.
Our girls are just gonna have to bring all their friends.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna have to have a big families.
Well, if get the farm thing going, we'll have like a big crew of people.
Perfect.
Crazy chefs, they'll have the drugs.
Excellent. Actually, it was always my brother that said that. He's like, because he never did drugs or anything when he was a teenager, and all of his friends did. Like, if you knew him and his crew, you would not believe that he has never touched drugs in his life. And he always just said, he's like, no, I'm going to do them when I'm like 80. So I'm just going to do hard drugs.
Funny.
I was like,
how did he go through
idea.
hospitality and avoid that?
It just wasn't his vibe. So,
Most of them like smoke. Most of them smoke
yeah,
more
he never
stuff.
did that either. Never smoked a cigarette or anything. He's just
Does like a beer though.
loves beer, wine, whiskey.
Whiskey.
Gin?
I didn't know he liked wine.
Loves whiskey.
In what way does he like a gin?
Gin, just with tonic, I think, or soda.
Can't
But
beat it.
whiskey's just straight. I'm pretty sure he just drinks it on rocks.
Yeah, or with water, like a gentleman.
I don't think he's much of a gentleman.
Your brother.
Yeah.
It's just because he's your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like whiskey?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
What about it?
I don't like it. It's too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just tastes like alcohol to me.
Well, that's because you're not drinking like a gentleman.
Maybe it's because I'm not a gentleman.
Yeah, you need to dilute it. So you dilute the alcoholness. You're talking about that hardness.
Mm.
Yeah. So you still, yeah.
I'm not much. I don't drink a lot of spirits anyway. Though. I think that only.
I think it's because you need like as little alcohol as possible so you can keep drinking it, or else you'll just have to be like, no, I need water.
Oh yeah, I'm tired.
Just need a water. I've had my one drink.
Yeah, pretty much.
Had my one standard drink, so now I just need water.
We'll have to make sure there's plenty of sparkling water at the wedding.
Yeah.
After a couple of sparkling wines, I'll be.
That was like on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I'd had my 2 glasses and that was it.
Tell you what, Christmas Day, Prosecco at breakfast, needed a nap. Prosecco at lunch, needed a nap.
It's funny, like, because I had 2 glasses of wine, Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day. And at work, on Boxing Day, I just felt like I was hungover. It was awful. And, like, I was not drunk at all. Like, I drove Annie to the airport in the afternoon, and I was like, fuck. Yeah.
We are getting old.
Felt sluggish.
It's funny being around Taupo at the moment. Everyone on holiday.
Yeah.
And you like look around at like the families, and you've gone through your whole life, especially in your 20s, of being in like holiday towns and being like, oh, look at those parents. But then like now I'm like walking around town and be like, oh, those people are all the same age as me. Although there are plenty more like older parents like in their 40s, but all the same, it's like
it's just
that's my that's
just us though.
That's my generation of people.
Yeah.
I think the best one was that Chris Parker of the dude talking about how he's separated from his wife and he's gonna be all right. I'll just take one of our rentals and and I like messaged Chris Parker. I was like, this is so perfect. Like, is this based on somebody?
Why did neither of us have a rental to take?
Oh, I know. Yeah. And then he was like, pretty much everyone that I went to high school with, which is Christchurch boys. I was like, oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was gold. And yeah, that's funny walking around Taupo and like seeing all these people and you're like, oh yeah, they're all like, that's the same as me.
Yeah.
That was the same with being on holiday last year.
Yeah.
It was a weird feeling taking your family on holiday.
Why was that weird?
Because they were they are 4 and 7, and he had her birthday there. And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, what?
I would like obviously I would always go on holiday with my family. We'd go to Wanaka camping, and Queenstown on Christmas. And when I was 11, we came around the North Island. When I was 13, we went around the South Island. And so, like, your parents always feel old. Like, Annie and Billy think we're old. And
yeah,
so
Annie once told me off because I was wearing bright coloured underwear. Remember? She was like, Mum, you're too old to wear pink undies. I was like, am I? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
No,
but,
it was funny though.
But,
I was
yeah,
like, oh.
when your kids think you're old, it's so, like, you, for so long, you, like, live your life of thinking about the stuff you did when you were a child and your parents were old, and then so when you're replicating what your parents did for you, then you're like,
you're like, I'm old.
but what makes it even more like inception-y is that we were going to want to go camping with my parents, and so it was kind of like a childhood experience whilst being an adult.
Yeah,
like
true. I didn't think about that because we didn't do camping when we were kids.
Yeah.
And I've never been down the South Island, so it was like a new experience for me too. So I just thought it was amazing.
Yeah. And yeah, like we got to Glendale Bay, and it's like
true. So it's also very familiar.
Jumping and swimming, and like stealing my brother's bike and like biking around the camping ground. And it's like I feel like I'm 12 again.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I didn't.
Getting on the blow up tube and doing a backflip off the blow up tube, or swimming out to the buoys and stuff.
It was such an amazing holiday.
Yeah, especially like swimming for me. Swimming age is like 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be cool taking the girls next year.
Yeah, so we want a road trip down there.
Yeah, I think that'll be so good.
Yeah.
We get to see more of the South Island.
Yeah.
That should be awesome.
Also, like, do you think the girls have gone through the desert road and like through Palmerston North and stuff?
Well, me and Annie have when we went back home.
Oh yeah, your great trip after the cyclone.
Yeah, that was awful.
You drove from Taupo down to
Hastings
down to Palmerston, well, not Palmerston North, whatever it's called.
Fielding. No,
where?
Oh my God,
Woodville. Yeah, and over the saddle.
Yeah.
And then,
over the saddle too. Woodville was Woodville after the saddle.
Yeah, Woodville's on the Ārepa side.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I went the long way around, and it was a very, very, very long drive.
10 hours home or 10 hours down?
No, it was 6.
6 hours down, 10 hours home. No?
No.
Something like that. Doesn't
Maybe
matter.
7 hours home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was horrible though.
To do a full shift.
It was basically to just go and work in the cafe and then come home again. It was so stupid. But never mind.
Stupid for you. I'm sure everybody appreciated it.
Hope so.
They're just not very good at telling you.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. We learned our lesson.
Yeah.
I'm not ever doing that again. If the Taupo road is closed, stay put.
Yeah. What was your other waste of time thing that you did?
The training. Starting the eye optometry.
Oh, yeah.
Optometry.
What
is it?
1 week after your dad passed away.
What? Optical dispensing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a waste of time and money. Because we didn't end up buying practice to start with.
It's alright.
Yeah. It's worked out in the end.
You have a better understanding of what I do.
Yeah.
When I talk about they've got a cylinder, you're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool.
It's out by 10 degrees, you're like, oh yeah, this makes sense. That'd be shit.
Yeah. That'd be real dumb.
That'd be real dumb. Look at a headache from that, eh? Yeah. No. Awesome.
All right.
2023 wrapped.
Done, dusted.
Bring on 2024.
Yay.
Yeah. If you know of a guest or know of somebody, let me know.
Oh, well.
Hey?
Yep.
Not you.
No.
No.
I said I will.
I'll
let you know.
You will. Thanks, Nicole.